All right, this is the upper space in my living room, and it faces a big window that goes across the top front section. And I had this idea that I would put in some LED lights, and that the LED lights would be in strips. One would be along this wall, so that when it's lit, it'll lighten this section of the roof. And then the second one would go along this wall, and when it's lighted, it would make this canvas turn a certain color. There's a similar one here, and of course the lights would go along this piece. And then finally, a set of strips would go on this far end. That way when something is, say it's Christmas time, these light panels can change colors to, say, red and green, and these bigger ones can also change colors, and then all of that can be seen from this window out on the street. And also it'd be fun to just have mild colors changing, say the 4th of July, red, white, and blue type of thing, and have it change colors in patterns that I control. All right, so to accomplish this, I needed some tech, and the tech I decided on was this Arilux LED controller. It runs on 5 volts to 25 volts. It has a barrel connector on one side, and on the other side it has 5 wires or 5 pins, a female connector that you connect to. And so I've got some lights that I've turned way down low, so that you can get a feel for that they're on. So my plan was, I'm looking at the hardware to hook this up, and I wanted to use a piece of aluminum stock. This is a U channel, or C channel, depending on what you think it is. And it's mounted to the wall using these little brackets. You run the screw through there, and then this just sits behind, and you push onto it, and it holds the U channel. And then you use this milky white plastic to go over the top, so that it diffuses the bright LEDs, so that you don't have to look at individual beams of light. So that's the plan. The problem with that is that that little tiny screw isn't going to hold much in drywall, and so my solution is I ripped down some 1x4 stock and painted it white. Well, painted the parts that you'll see white. It's gonna sit up in the corner. It's fine. Anyway, I painted it, and I'm just gonna drill some holes and run some drywall screws through it to anchor it securely to the header, to the top plate of my wall. And then I'm going to use these tiny screws to mount these tiny brackets. That way the whole thing doesn't come falling down. So that's the plan. I'm not going to film any of that because it's worthless to film any of that. You know what the plan is. You could do that yourself without me having to describe it. But I really just wanted you to see this little unit because I'm really impressed by it. It's cheap. It's about $10. I bought enough channel to do 2 lengths across my living room, so at least 32 feet. I want to say I have 40 feet of this channeling. I bought easily 40 feet of this. I used Super Night LED strips. The brand name probably doesn't mean anything because you know how brand names are on Amazon. But it's a 5 meter or roughly 16 feet of RGBW lighting, similar to what you'd see from Hughes lighting strips, but better, cheaper. I mean, if it's this inexpensive, you could do it all over the place. So anyway, I'm going to plug it all in, and in a few minutes I'll give you guys a tour. See you in a minute. All right, so I completed the job. This part's going to be hard to film because I'm filming light strips. So anyway, I'm going to use another source of light here and see if I can introduce you to what I did. Oh, that's even worse. Alright, what you can't see is at the top, there's my 1x strip, and screwed to that is the channel, and in that is the adhesive strip of LED lights, and over the top of all of that is the diffuser. It puts off a pretty good amount of light. I had to turn it down so that I could, I mean, it looks like the diffuser does let individual LED lights through. I mean, how well you can see that on video. There are little dots of intense light. They're not white like what it looks like on the video. This is a kind of a green color. The darker spots are light green, and the darker spots are dark green. So, and of course, it's going to fluctuate. You've seen lighting before. I don't have to explain any of that probably, but the idea is that there's a strip of colored lighting, and it's slowly working its way through a series of transitions that don't show up very well on camera. But the effect is quite striking here in my dark living room. It would be great for, I don't know if you hooked it to a microphone and had sound going while you were watching a movie or having a party or something. I love it. The effect was really great. Maybe in a later video I can show you this during the daytime so you can see that my, I accomplished what I had set out to do. But that's all that I have for you on this video. I'll see you next time.